7:41 here, approaching 7:42 on this Friday morning. It's time for Friday with the Fuzz, so I'll toss it right over to Mr. Michael Greene.
Thank you, Derek. In the studio with us today for our Friday show is Deputy Chief Bill Wolf. We also have, sitting in for Jeff, we also have, I used to call her the part-time chief, Cherie Aschenbrenner, but she's not full-time, right, so I can't call you that anymore. But Cherie does a number of things, scams, works with seniors, National Night Out. I don't know, what else do they want to add to your workload?
It's enough.
That's good, right?
Okay, we're good. We're good.
You're a little frazzled. You taking vacation after organizing National Night Out? There you go. We'll talk about that in just a moment. Did want to start with, we talked last week about something. We have one case we can talk about if we get to it, but the rope camp. Chief Swoboda talked about that last week. He was heading up. He was actually here in sandals and he had a surfboard with him. No, I'm kidding. He was ready. He was leaving, I think, the studio,
right,
and heading straight up to the rope camp. And I want to see how that went. I saw some pictures. It looked like fun.
Yeah, it went really well. The chief was up there. Some other members of our command staff went up there. You know, the event was hosted as usual by our rope officers, our resident officers, and it was held up in camp at Lake Geneva. And up there, the camp is designed for these types of events, and they actually also have corporate events up there and things like that. You know, there's a lot of team building exercises, and so it's not just, you know, about the kids up there having fun. There's a lot of lessons to be learned, leadership lessons, lessons about teamwork and life lessons and working together, and so it went great. The kids were, I think you saw some pictures that there was on our Facebook page of the kids up there fishing and, you know, the campfires and things like that. And
is there the challenge ropes courses and different things like that?
Absolutely, yeah.
My wife was a Parks and Rec. She has a master's degree in that, and she actually has designed and helped build some of those different challenge ropes courses and things like that, and the team building things. So,
right,
it's interesting. You know, I mean, really kind of learn to trust people and to work together.
Yeah, absolutely. It's something that we've been doing for many years. Actually, when the chief and I were both rope officers, we were doing the rope camp back then. As a matter of fact, we actually even went to the same camp, and so it's been something that we've done for years. And you know, every year there's some great stories that come out of the camp about, you know, some of the lessons that the kids learn or the experience that they have, and you know, just, you know, from this camp, there was one of the rope officers was talking about somebody from their neighborhood that, you know, their family really didn't have much money, and to them this was like a major vacation and something that they'd never experienced in their life, and it's almost like makes you get a little, you know, tear there when you hear some of those stories. It's just a great thing,
and just some of the experiences of the things that, you know, a lot of these kids maybe have never seen before. You know,
absolutely.
A lake, I mean, or cabins. I mean, not that there aren't any out here in Elgin, but
sure,
you know, I can say from growing up in Chicago, in the northern suburbs of Chicago, when I got out to even like the country,
right,
you know, right,
a
cow. I'd never seen a cow before. Really, I mean, I was 13 and I'd never seen a cow.
Right,
it was like, wow, you know, and just it was interesting. You know, farm fields and different types of equipment that just opens your eyes to a whole nother world, a world that you're not familiar with.
Yeah, absolutely. And you know, and some of the kids that have gone through rope camp, you know, still bring that experience with them through the rest of their life. And I know some of the kids that I worked with in rope and went to the rope camp, still occasionally I'll get calls from now. As a matter of fact, one of the kids, you know, was looking to pursue a career in law enforcement, and actually he called me and for some tips the other day. He's going to school for law enforcement, and so it's great when you hear from the kids that really appreciated the experience and took it with them the rest of their life.
Speaking of kids going to school for law enforcement, maybe we can talk a little bit too. Now we covered this briefly as well, but Elgin Police Department now has some different criteria, right? Or you're working on that, so no longer is a 4-year degree necessary. But
well, you know that it passed the first level of the council the last council meeting, and it'll go for final approval at the next council meeting. So it's not 100% official yet, but it.
They'll take some of these kind of experiences though into account.
Absolutely, and so you know we really believe that you know, the college and education is very important, but there's some other things out there, such as police experience, such as experience working actually in the city of Elgin. Our explorers that go through, you know, hundreds of hours of training and community service out there, that's also important, and those are experiences that we'd like to see as well.
speaking of experiences and in the Elgin Police Department, I did want to talk Tom Lindner, who has been on our show, had been on our show many times in the past, has come in and spoken on behalf of the Elgin Police Department. Retired not that long ago, and shortly after his retirement, I believe, and I don't want to misspeak, but I believe he had a stroke.
Yes.
And a pretty serious one.
Yeah.
And it has really affected their family and finances and different things like that. And there's going to be a fundraiser being held for him at Danny's Pizza. Can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. You know, Tom,
great guy.
Wow, phenomenal. And it's since we announced this fundraiser, I know that I've received numerous calls from people I didn't even know that knew Tom, people that I knew that all of a sudden just, hey, Tom was just a great guy, or I had this experience with him or that experience with him, and Tom was involved in the Boy Scouts. He did missionary work, different places, and just an all around great guy, and just such an unfortunate thing to have happened to him. And so we're hoping that this fundraiser will provide some funds to his family to help him, and with rehabilitation and things like that.
It's at Danny's Pizza. That will be on August 28th at 5 p.m. I had also seen some more information in social media that Chief Swoboda was going to be accepting checks on behalf of Tom. And I don't want to misspeak, so if anybody has any questions, they can probably call the Elgin Police Department, 847-289-2700 for
that's our main line number.
The main line, and probably ask to speak with Jeff, and I'm sure his assistant would be able to provide some more information on that. I know that there were some people that were asking, if I'm unable to make it to the fundraiser but still wanted to give some money, is there a way that I can do that?
Right, absolutely, and we will do that, and I think there's also some efforts going to try to set something up, to take some online donations.
GoFundMe account or something like that.
Right.
Yeah. I haven't seen anything specific on that either. So
yes, I don't think that's up and running yet, but that's our goal to get something going with that. And the event is at Danny's Pizza. Danny's was very gracious to offer their establishment and make this happen. It's $20 per person, unlimited
no pre-sale
pizza.
On tickets, so
right.
It's at the door.
You're right at the door. And it's unlimited pizza and pop, and I understand we're going to have some karaoke going too. And I'm hoping we'll actually get to see. I'm going to try to get the chief up there. He's been known to do some karaoke songs here and there.
Seems kind of shy. He might, might take some coercing to get him up there. Yeah.
So we'll see. I know a few of others of us, including our camera person back here, had been on the mic a few times before as well.
Hey,
so we'll see.
Right.
We'll see. So. It should be a good time, and even if you can't be it further, if you want to just stop in. I know a few people that knew Tom that called me, said that they were probably just going to stop by, drop off a donation because they had some other things going. That's fine. We're just, the main thing here is to just try to have some kind of event and help a friend. Exactly. Yep.
National Night Out is coming up. We're going to get to that in just a moment with Cherie. We have a quick little roadside safety check this coming weekend. Any particular reason this weekend's chosen over? I know you did one July 4th as well.
Right.
It's just kind of the winding down of summer kind of thing, or
yeah, we receive grant money for most of these roadside safety checks, and so that's a lot of times the grant and the
is there like a
rules
grant
involved
season
in
or
grants,
something that they have to be completed by a certain time?
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And so that determines a lot of times where and when these occur. And I know you were trying to get the location.
We'll talk about what street.
Yeah, that and that kind of takes the fun out.
Are these roadside checks fun for the people that do them?
No.
We're all involved, not fun, right? I mean, even your side.
Well, the vast majority of people, go through the check, and there's no issue at all. And so, as you know, DUI is a significant problem, and lives are lost every year because of DUI. And the whole purpose of this is to make our streets safer. And so that's our intent. That's why the grant money is out there, and why this is such an important thing.
It's looking for DUI as well as, I believe, it's in conjunction with the Click It or Ticket campaign as well, right? For non-seatbelt wearing drivers. With the seatbelt thing, the one thing that always worried me as a child was, not as a child, but having young children, was always the seatbelts for the kids, or having the car seats put in correctly.
Right.
Is that something that's looked at in these type of events as well, or not as much?
You know, the officers there, generally don't have the time to actually inspect car seats or things like that. Obviously, they will make sure that if there are kids that they're in a car seat, but they don't actually inspect them, make sure they're in properly. And that's something that I know. I believe the hospitals offer that service. On certain days and times, you can go and they'll inspect your car seat, make sure you have it in right, or show you how to install it correctly. Because I have kids too, and you're right. Some of those car seats, the manual for them is 50 pages long, and it's not easy.
Yeah, Jake's going to be 16 in October, and he's now doing some behind the wheel stuff, and he's driving. He's got his permit, but I can still remember vividly the very first day taking him home from the hospital and trying to get that car seat in, and just being completely lost and flustered and
yes,
absolutely unsure if it was done correctly. I was like, okay, I have no idea.
Yeah,
so scared to drive.
Right, and I know about you, but I know when we took our daughter home from the hospital, we drove like 10 miles an hour.
Yep.
Cars are beeping at
Flashers
us.
on. Like everybody's just kind of waving people along. Go. National Night Out is coming up. This is a huge event for Elgin, and it's coming up on this Tuesday, I believe, right, Cherie? Yeah.
Tuesday, August 5th.
And you kind of took the reins on this, or were the reins given to you?
The reins have been given to me. Yeah.
Do this.
Well, this is my 10th year of
Wow.
doing National Night Out, so I compare it to planning a wedding every year. It's 3 months of planning for one night, a couple hours. That's what it's like, and it all comes down to that one day, a few hours.
What are the times for National Night Out?
6 to 8.
6 to 8.
Yeah. This year we have 37 parties, individual. Now, what's different about Elgin is, we go out to the neighborhoods.
There are some that do it where they do one
location.
National Night Out
Right.
at like the Park District
Correct.
or something like that. But
We do it differently, which is a lot of work. I mean, but I think the neighborhoods appreciate it.
Yeah.
Because they have their parties individually into their neighborhoods, then their neighbors will come out like, "What's going on over here?" Or it just draws them to their neighborhood and gets to know
I
their
like the idea
neighbors.
of that much better than a
Right.
centralized one.
And then we like to thank them for doing that. So in turn, then I have 9 cars ready to go.
Is the bat
Tuesday
one of
night.
them?
The bat.
I'm fascinated by the bat.
I'll tell you where the bat will be. But 9 cars are going to go, and each car has a city dignitary. So we've got the city manager Stiegel, David Captain, our mayor, council people, Tish Powell, John Prigge, Terry Gavin, Carol Rauschenberger, John Steffen, Toby Shaw, Rosa Martinez. We even have the state's attorney, Joe McMahon. He's going to go as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And then mascots. Every car has a mascot. So we've got McDonald's, Grimace. I don't know Grimace.
No Grimace.
Birdie,
Okay.
Hamburglar. Then Harris Bank, the Hubert the Lion. We got Country Kennel Pet Resort. They got Spot coming out. Wienerville has got their hot dog coming. Danny's Pizza.
Will the Wienermobile be
No,
there?
no.
No, come on.
No, and then we...
That was always the coolest thing to see when you were a kid, right? Like, hey, there's the Wienermobile.
No, we
See it on the highway or
just have
something?
the hot dog.
Oh, man.
Yeah. And then we have Gailboard Library, Clifford the Big Red Dog, Danny's Pizza, actually a slice of pizza. The
Nice.
mascot,
Nice.
yeah, he's going to go too. So, and then a lot of the command staff from the police department is going to go. They'll be driving them around. Each 9 of these vehicles go to about 4 or 5 parties that night. So it's very limited. About 20 minutes per party. That's it. Then everybody's going to meet down at Festival Park at 8 o'clock. So if you don't have a party to go to, just head on down to Festival Park at 6 o'clock. Lots of festivities going on down there while we're going to our parties. We're going to have the bat. We'll be down there. The Batmobile from the SWAT team will be there. And K9 Gage, he's going to do a demonstration down
You
there.
gonna have the 50 cal going, or the gun? The 50 cal?
Yeah, I think we'll leave that.
You gonna leave that on? Okay.
Yeah.
Thought maybe that'd be out. Not taking down people or anything, just the display.
And then, so the dog is going to be down there, K9 Gage, at 7
Cool.
o'clock. He's going to do a demonstration. They've got the CPAAA, which is the Citizen Police Academy alumni. They're going to sell condiments like popcorn, candy, and that's all going to be profit for them and for the CPAAA group. Antique fire truck, inflatables, splash pad, the train, Safety Town. Have you seen Safety Town?
I've not seen Safety Town.
If you got kids, little ones, you got to bring them down to see Safety Town. It shows them how to stop at walkways and street corners, and
Okay.
it shows them, and they get little tricycles to ride of how for safety. So that's going to be going on. So much stuff. And then at dusk.
Wait, there's more?
Yes, and more.
I know. It's like every WRMN ad. And wait, there's more.
And more. And then at dusk, Ghostbuster movie in the park.
Yeah.
Yes. So there is so much going on
We got
between those hours. 6
I know
and
there was
9.
that big thing with the Ghostbuster and the signs and everything that was going on in the community.
Oh yeah, I heard
Yeah,
about that.
but no Ghostbuster mobile. That will not be there.
No, but yeah. So there is something for everybody.
Probably the Volo Auto Museum. It's gonna be that down there.
Right.
Go get it.
So that's what's going on between the hour 5:30 though on Tuesday. We're gonna all meet at the police station and everybody gets their assignments. There's gonna be a big picture on the front steps like we always do. We'll put all that on Facebook. I'm sure Christy will have tons of pictures put on Facebook.
Well, this doesn't seem like it was 3 months in the making.
You
Because you're so good. That's why.
Oh,
Yeah. See? You got this down cold. So another 10 years you can do it now. See that? Deputy Wolf, he's just like, yeah, look, she's in. Sign her up. 10 more years.
Yeah, this gets started putting together in May. So.
Yeah, Cherie and
Christy
the whole
Schmidt,
team, everybody,
yeah.
they do a great job.
Yeah. What are some of the things that when the dignitaries go to the different areas, what do they do other than just kind of thank the neighborhoods for having the parties? Or
Well, Deputy Chief Wolf, you go to the parties
Yeah.
usually, and sometimes the neighbors will talk to you about a concern or something in that neighborhood.
Yeah, you know, one thing that we generally find is that Cherie mentioned that we do 20 minutes per party with the group, and it's always hard to stay to that 20 minutes
Right.
because there's so many people to talk to, and so is kind of the team leaders for each group going out. It's our job, and Cherie reminds us to keep on schedule, so we try, but
does she kind of point to her wrist every so often?
I'm not there.
But she's not there, but we'll get calls
that,
that, hey, you're behind, get going. And so that's a tough part because there's so many people to talk to, and that you're meeting at the different events, and sometimes some of the people at the events will talk about issues and things that are going on in their neighborhood, or sometimes it's just to talk and get to meet the mayor, members of city council, members of the police command staff, and such that. They just want to talk and about things that are going on, and it may not even be any problems.
Sometimes it's speeding in their neighborhoods, then they bring that back and to talk to traffic about that.
Yep, and what we do is as we're at the different neighborhoods, when those things come up, we make a list of those issues that come up, and then they go out to the appropriate divisions. So like Cherie mentioned, if it was a speeding concern, they would go to our traffic division, and they would put extra attention in that area, and so on.
Mm-hmm.
You ready for it to be over?
I am.
Yeah.
Yes, I'm ready for August 6th. It's fun. I mean, actually, it's going to be different for me this year. Typically, I have to try to go to these parties and take some photos, and I'm running like a mad woman,
Right.
going to all these parties like
Not
we
speeding.
don't know. No. Then, so this year, we asked our surveillance team. 3 of our guys in surveillance are going to go out and take professional photos for our parties.
From the rooftops? No.
No.
Not like that. Not that kind of
No,
surveillance.
these are those be very covert or over normal photos.
Yeah, so they're going to take
Behind
those.
trees.
You watch way too much TV.
I'm making fun. I don't know. That's just me.
So that will lighten the load for Christy and I, Christy Schmidt and I. So we're going to head just right on down to Festival Park, and then we're going to have a booth there. And CERT team is going to have a booth there. The BAT team is going to be there. There's going to be a lot of different vendors and booths down there too. So we're going to go down there and head that up.
Great. Sounds like a good time.
Yeah. Look forward to watching Ghostbusters. I haven't seen that in years. It's a classic.
It is a classic.
Yeah.
All right, well, guys, thank you very much. Is there anything else that you wanted to bring up that we maybe had missed out on? 37 parties, National Night Out August 5th, Roadside Safety Check this weekend, 1st through the 3rd. The event for Tom Linder, and we'll talk about that continually until the event.
Right.
That's August 28th at Danny's Pizza at 5 p.m.
I think that summed it up. Yeah, thank you.
Thanks, guys, for
Thanks,
coming in.
Mike.
Thank you for all you do for the Elgin community. And
Thank you.
Have a great weekend.
Thanks.
You too.
Excellent. Another great episode. You're listening to AM 1410 WRMN.
In Elgin.